Over the past couple of weeks, Foodie has been slowly introducing the topic of diabetes. Most recently, in her grocery haul, she randomly showed us a new glucose monitor, test strips, and talked about how cheap they all were. In this video, we'll take a look back at her documented discussions about diabetes, her previous diagnoses, and see what it might mean for her channel.
Biggest bargain ever. Okay, check this out. You get the blood sugar monitor. You get the Lancer, I guess you would call it. 50 Lancets. Is that what they're called? Yeah, Lancets. Blood glucose test strips. So there's 50 tests here with the expiry date and everything. Yeah. So that's an awesome deal. It was 3 KD and a half. That's like $11.
If you're feeling a little bit confused about all of this, it's okay. That's what this video is for. Foodie's just trying to control the narrative, and she's not mentioning that diabetes and blood sugar exist on a spectrum.
She's very concerned about my diabetes. My blood sugar was 14 fasting, which is very high, and she wants to start me on Ozempic, which is supposed to help with appetite, with weight loss, and with blood sugar regulation.
So before we go any further, I'd like to put up some numbers. When Foodie's talking about diabetes, she's talking about type 2 diabetes. This is a chronic condition that requires constant monitoring because your body basically can't regulate its own glucose. This is due in large part to insulin resistance. And what Foodie's sort of confused about is that you can be in remission from type 2 diabetes if you can control it. With major lifestyle changes and sometimes with medication, a person can bring their average blood sugar levels down to regular or pre-diabetic levels. The purchase of this new kit indicates that she'll be testing her blood sugar both fasting and after meals. Essentially, she'll be looking for a fasting blood sugar under 100. Using the Canadian measurement system, this would be a reading of 5.55. You can use a blood sugar converter app to go between Canadian and US measurements, or you can just take the Canadian number and multiply it by 18. Unfortunately for Foodie, monitoring is just the beginning. In addition to knowing her numbers, she'll need to change her diet. Since she doesn't like hearing from reaction channels about this, I thought I'd let her old self tell her current self what she has to do. She's known about this for years.
And triggered by a lot of things I eat and my liver issues. I have an enlarged liver, so I have extreme fatty liver. So there's a lot of healing that has to go on in my body, inflammation wise. So I'm trying to stick to anti-inflammatory foods. I'm trying to stick to foods that are low in fat and saturated fat. I'm trying to stay away from dairy. I'm trying to eat foods that are really high in fiber. The ER doctor, they don't usually talk too much about nutrition, I find ER doctors, but this one did take the time to talk to me about high fiber diet will help rebuild my gut microbiome. So moving forward, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be focusing on clean eating. So anything I do in this Foodie Beauty kitchen is going to be cooked. I don't want to order out anymore. I really don't. And I used to think, yeah, right, when people would say there's nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. And I really believe that now because I don't want to feel like shit. Like feeling like crap is the worst. I know it's going to be hard, and I know there's going to be times when I'm so moody and I just want to flip out and smash something because I have a feeling that junk food withdrawals are not pleasant. I did experience the beginning of that and caved almost every time and ordered pizza. So I know what that's like, and I'm not looking forward to that. What I'm doing is just eating. Anytime I get really hungry, just eating really healthy things I have on hand. I made that brown rice pasta with some tomatoes, like a homemade tomato sauce, garlic tomato sauce, and some nutritional yeast for the B12 because I'm low on B12. I've been eating bananas. Those are a lifesaver. They're sweet and they're full of potassium. They fill you up. I have all kinds of things I can eat. So I'm going to be making a split pea soup today as well. And yeah, so I'm, going forward, I'm going to be on, it's not a weight loss journey. It's not another cleanse. It's not anything like that. It's another attempt at a lifestyle change, and it has to be drastic. I don't have time to fool around and slowly eliminate things that are bad for me, or only have things that are bad for me in moderation, because my body just rejects it. My body is definitely rejecting it. My body's telling me things, and I need to listen this time. And as I was eating my healthy food, I was like, you like that, body? You like that? So, and staying away from really salty fried foods, which for somebody who loves pickles and cheese, that's really bad news. But I mean, I really have to value my life over pickles and cheese. I mean, it's time. Because it goes without saying, no type of food is worth your life, and that's 100% true. I've been watching a lot of videos about insulin production and how it affects like fat burning, and I'm sort of starting to like lean towards like really getting it now about like eating lower carb and like eating more, making my body use the fuel it has, the fat, so to become like more fat adapted. I know, here we go.